I just want to start off by saying how much I love FirstSF. I really do. Moving here, transplanting here, being a stranger in the San Francisco world, a lot of what I did, life, faith, was in isolation. And that's really lonely. It's really, really lonely. And definitely had the desire for community, and I knew there was a call to actually follow through and be obedient and live life in community. And so coming to FirstSF, I was looking for primarily young professional community, people who were going through similar stages and seasons of life. And I found that here. And it's been one of God's greatest answered prayers for me in my life to date. And specifically how I've grown in community, just by having a community that very well translates as having a family that meet practical needs and emotional needs and spiritual needs. And while I love FirstSF so much, my identity is not in FirstSF, but it's been such a privilege to be part of a church body whose identity is in Christ, ultimately and for every purpose. I love this question. There's so much about growing that's just also very practical. And one way that I would say right off the bat is in serving. Someone mentioned to me recently that, hey Tabitha, the young professionals at FirstSF are infiltrating all the ministries. We've got people from YP who are in choir and who are serving in the children's ministry and who are serving in the nursery and serving in youth. And honestly, being able to see that fruit come out of the young professional group is really gratifying, and it's very, such a big praise that people in YP not only feel part of the community, but there's a good and a big desire to serve and follow in obedience that way. Not to idolize comfort. There's so much that goes into how I think, and maybe how you might be thinking, pursuing what is comfortable, pursuing the path of least resistance. And unfortunately, this really translates to relationships as well. And we miss so much. We miss so much of partnering with Christ when we stay in our comfort zone. And then I would say, secondly, pursue unity. We read about this so much, especially in the New Testament, in the epistles that Paul is writing to Timothy. But pursue unity. I think there can be so many distractions as we're doing life together and we're trying to align ourselves with people who think like us and maybe vote like us and understand things identically to how we understand things. But there's such a loss there in the richness of the canvas of God's church, God's kingdom. And I would say prioritizing the primary things and allowing so much grace for the secondary, tertiary, and things that sometimes come between us, and really going deep with our brothers and sisters and in Christ. So I would say, yeah, pursuing unity.